Good morning. Today we will study about separation techniques. First separation technique via separating funnel. Now, principle of separating funnel. Principle of technique is that immiscible liquids separate out in layers depending on their densities. The meaning of immiscible liquid is the liquid which do not mix into each other. For example, water and kerosene. You know that water is denser than kerosene. So layer of water will settle to the bottom and lighter layer kerosene will accumulate on the surface because density of kerosene is less than water. In this picture you can see that oil and water has made the separate layer which can be easily separate through the process of separating funnel. Second method is simple distillation method or technique. Simple distillation technique is used for the separation of components of a mixture containing two miscible liquids that boil without decomposition and have difference in their boiling points more than 25 Kelvin. Miscible liquids means the liquids which completely mix into each other, which do not decomposes upon boiling. Difference in boiling point must be more than 25 Kelvin or 25 degrees Celsius. Requirement for simple distillation is iron stand, round bottom flask, thermometer, burner, mixture of two liquids, condenser, receiving flask or conical flask, and cold water along the pipe. Third method is fractional distillation method. This method is used to separate a mixture of two or more miscible liquids for which the difference in boiling point is less than 25 Kelvin or 25 degrees Celsius. Without fractionating column, it is not possible to separate the two miscible liquids whose boiling point difference is less than 25 Kelvin. For example, mixture of methanol and ethanol can be separated by this method. Another example is separation of different gases from air is also done by the process of fractional distillation. Next method or technique is centrifugation. Principle of this technique is denser particles are forced through the bottom and the lighter particles stay at the top when spun rapidly, or we can say the difference in density. Centrifugation is done in a centrifugal machine which is visible in the picture. Centrifugal machines applications are available at home also in the form of washing machine and mixer grinder present at home. Students, you have seen In mixer grinder, when we spun milk rapidly, we can separate the lighter particles, that is cream, from it. This process is also known as churning, where we spin the taken liquid very rapidly so that the components present in the mixture can separate from each other on the basis of difference in their densities. Another technique is chromatography. Chroma stands for color and graphy is for the graphical representation on a piece of paper or chromatographic paper. Principle of this technique is difference in the solubility of components of a dye in the taken solvent. Dye means colored mixture. Dye means the colored mixture. A dye contains different components of varying colors. For example, blue or black ink, or extract of flower, or extract of leaf, or you can also take the example of blood. Blood is also mixture of different components. Different components of blood can be analyzed by the process of chromatography. For this process, we need a unique type of paper which is known as chromatography paper. The solvent required for the process of paper chromatography is 50% mixture of alcohol and water. Since the component present in dye have different solubility in the taken solvent, they rise up to different levels on chromatographic paper, and then their distance can be travelled by calculation of RF value. Another method is sublimation. It is the process to separate such type of mixtures which contain a sublimable volatile component from a non-volatile impurity. Now, volatile component means the component which can convert into vapor. Non-volatile which cannot convert into vapor state. A very common example we see around us at home only. That is a mixture of camphor and sodium chloride, where camphor is volatile component which upon heating converts into vapor, but sodium chloride is a non-volatile impurity in the mixture. It will remain on the taken container when the mixture is heated. So by this process of sublimation, we can easily separate a volatile component from a non-volatile impurity. Thank you, students.